Beep, beep, beeping. I'm beeping, boop, boop. I'm beeping. Uh-oh. All right, the test has concluded. It's pretty obvious what's going on here. There is another thing I can try, but it would be a heck of a lot less convenient. Well, Good morning, Tamikins. The stream might not be happening. I have been having technical issues, and I mostly started it to test something. I might not be able to stream DS games right now. That might not be feasible. I'm gonna be right back. I'm venturing underneath the computer. Okay, luckily there was an extra slot to plug in the back. But I'm seeing that it is actually still dropping frames pretty bad. So yeah, the way recording 3DS works, I'm just going USB. It's just outputting the video from the 3DS itself via USB. And apparently it is a common issue that doing it via USB can well, I mean, you have to do it by USB anyway, but an aspect of this that sucks is that if your computer is doing a lot of USB stuff, it messes with this program a lot. And right now, I don't have an Ethernet cable plugged into my computer. The way I'm doing internet on my computer is I'm tethering my phone to my computer, and the phone is like going to our Wi-Fi, and that's going via USB. And I'm wondering if, since I'm using I'm doing the stream, and the stream like caps out our internet. We don't have the best internet. Wait, I guess that doesn't technically matter. The point is, that's gonna be a lot of data going through the USB right there. And the moment I started the stream, I noticed a considerable drop. It already wasn't doing very great. But yeah, this is just horrible. It seems smooth. It is not. One, I can see the frame rate. Two, because I'm being loud, it's blowing the cartridge. Two... Wait, it can lag if you're doing this over Wi-Fi? No. That has nothing to do with anything. What was the two? Two, you can tell from the audio. You should be able to hear... Well, it's probably quiet right now, but... The audio is stuttering, like, once every couple seconds. Really bad. Listen to that. Listen to that. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to stream this right now. Not until my whole setup is moved back to its usual spot. This just isn't workable right now. I'm sorry. The end. False alarm. Nobody gets to enjoy video games. And I need to figure out what my next video is gonna be, because it's clearly not gonna be Scribblenauts. Am I allowed to ask why the Splatoon theme has Tetra on it? That's not part of the theme. That's a badge from Nintendo Badge Arcade. So, how about them Cubs? Everybody doing good? I kind of want to like play video games on the stream now, even though Scribblenauts isn't happening. But I don't know what. I didn't prepare for this. I'm eating Brussels sprouts. Green is not a creative color. Yeah, these Brussels sprouts aren't the most creative. So here's our options. I could play Splatoon. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. I can get some sort of work done right now. Let's get some work done right now. Let's play Splatoon. I was working on something on Splatoon. Man, whoops. Nope, not that one. Gotta change my entire setup to get to console games. Oh, good. The chat disappeared because the chat doesn't know what to do because it was on a different screen that doesn't exist anymore. There we go. Wait, give me a second. We'll play Splatoon eventually. We'll play Splatoon in several years. Okay, things have apparently... Oh, gotta blur my eyes. I am not able to see the screen right now. I can only see vague lights. Okay, I already have all of those. I am still attempting to avoid Tears of the Kingdom spoilers. Of course, I already had a lot spoiled. I did see out of the corner of my eye the decapitated Zelda avatar. Really messed up that Link would do that. Okay, I can do those later. Oh, and I'll upload this. I'll update the stream thing so it says that I'm playing Splats. Okay, there. Splatoon 3 side order theorying. And my favorite idea is still pterodactyl. I don't care. Okay, we're finally, after all these years, ready. Okay, Splatoon 3. Yeah, I was on Game Champ J for theory crafting. Is Game Champ J in a family? Yes, Game Champ J is in a family. Cool. So I'll just back up Game Champ J. And that way I can do testing and then just re-download the save data later. I'm pretty sure Game Champ J is only in a family right now because of a very kind viewer who just had extra slots. Thank you once again to that very kind viewer. You are continuing to be a credit to team. Wait, was What's Your Favorite Idea a Scribblenauts thing and not a reference to Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared? It was a reference to Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, but Scribblenauts fits in with the idea of favorite ideas very well. Yes, I love Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared very much. I can't quote it right now, though. I'm busy. I still need to watch the TV show. I didn't watch it yet because you're literally not allowed to watch the show if you're in the United States. Super messed up. Like, the show they made a television show for Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, and released it, but, like, had a disclaimer on it that you are not allowed to watch this unless you are not in the United States of America. I happen to be in the United States of America. That's an attack on me personally. Give me Champistan, why do you have the Nintendo Switch UI in Eigo and not Nihongo? Don't you want to play in the original language? I do, but I'm incredibly lazy. Same explanation for Splets. And yes, they did in fact do a Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared television show. Also, there was like a pilot episode for that television show that isn't in that isn't actually in the show, and apparently it's lost media. There's Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared lost media. Wait, what am I doing? I've actually been playing multiplayer a bit, so I've gotten so used to actually going to the lobby. But there's no reason to do any of that. How do you get the pterodactyl? You just have to think, Grah! That's what pterodactyls sound like. Okay, so anyways, so somebody has done a run of Splatoon 3 side order, but only just going to the top of the tower after on like a post-game save file where they've already done a billion things, bought a billion hacks, and they use a billion hacks that they unlocked by doing things. But there is a video of somebody doing just a run without attacking. This person did not attack at all during that specific run of the tower. And which means both because that exists and because, let's be honest, side order is easy as heck. It is super easy. Doing it only sub-weapons would be so easy, it is not even worth doing a video about. Like, there's no point in it whatsoever. But no attacking. You know what? No matter, even if it does end up being kind of easy in the end, it did look like it was actually kind of easy just because the way side order works, you get so many chips. The bank on Pearl Drone. Spoilers, the way it works is Pearl Drone does everything. But the thing is, like, wait a second. Like, I don't consider just doing a run of the tower to be like beating the game. That's not how that works. Side Order is a game about going through the tower many, many, many times. That's what Side Order is. So I'm trying to do that, but also actually genuinely the entire game. From point 0 to point not 0. So here we are at point 0. So we can't attack. Pearl Drone does not have absolutely anything yet. So we have to kill this guy. Pearl will not help us except as, like, a helicopter. Now, I have actually made genuine progress. You can probably see what I am trying to do right now. Oh, whoops. Oh, it's not like Octo Expansion? Yeah, they figured they wouldn't do Octo Expansion again because Splatoon 3's main campaign is Octo Expansion 2. So Octo Expansion 2 is a roguelike. Well, I should definitely start recording, just in case. If something incredible happens. I already have footage of it, but you never know what'll happen. So yeah, I have actually done this twice now. I actually did it a lot quicker than this both times, so I'm getting worried. Oop. So yeah, hypothetically, if we can get after the tutorial, this run should be pretty easy. So are you playing Scribblenauts or Splatoon? I updated it! I updated it! I updated it. I pressed the save button. Did I press the save button? I think I pressed the save button. Now, a big downside of this is I'm not sure there's a checkpoint after we kill this guy, even if we get into the next part, which is the impossible part. Also, if it wasn't for that video that already exists, I would probably just take a shot and just say, oh, our score is 1 and bad. But because that video already exists, I feel like I've got to go the extra mile and actually, like, do it all the way. Non-deska? I just said like 5 minutes ago. I've been looking into this. I'm not actually for real reals doing the run for real reals. I thought Splatoon was colorful. Why is your outfit so bland? This particular campaign is themed around colors, and because of order and stuff. You start out with a very simple palette, but then you fill out your palette to get a more vibrant palette. Oh, it looked pretty close. I don't know what side order theorying. I am doing a side order thing in which I am trying to do theories. Ah. I also wonder... These are fences. If there was anything I could do with like, you know, phasing into them. Mess with the AI somehow. I feel like that'd be less promising on this guy than the later enemies. God, I didn't expect this would be so hard to replicate. Like, I had already done this twice. Got him! Cool! It was actually over here. That's interesting. I wasn't even, like, fully off the edge. Okay, so here is wave 2. This is where the run is stuck. Luckily, they cannot hit you while you're on the fence, so survival is a lot easier. Just go on top of the fence when your armor's down. But I have not managed to get these guys to fall off at all. Thought you were coming up with fan theories. Theory crafting. As in, like, video game strategies. For a challenge run. I can get them to fidget a little by landing from the chopper. But that makes them go in the backward direction. Oh. Are you brainstorming different challenge runs? No, I'm trying to I'm theory crafting how to get through this challenge run, which is without attacking. Do you have to deal with the first enemy again if you game over? Pretty sure yes. Not if you game over, just if you die. There's no game overs right now in tutorial land. Yeah, I can get them, like, a little bit close to the edge, but then they're like, no, I don't want to go over there. So I'm really thinking, like, this is just it. We ain't getting any further. Unless I can really confuse their pathfinding. Or somehow, like, find a way to physically move them myself. But I'm not sure I can. I think they physically move me, and I can't touch them. I think it's a one-way street here. Can we offer suggestions? Please do. I am very much at a loss. I've already tried luring these guys for like a good half hour off Strem, and it was a very fun, very fruitless half hour. Glitching into the next cutscene. Well, I mean, the next cutscene happens when they die, so I mean, I've got a pretty good idea of how to trigger the next cutscene. Are you not allowed to regenerate ink? I mean, that just happens automatically. We have no way to not regenerate ink. I'm confused why that's a question. Pretty please no joke suggestions, because I have not seen a single genuine suggestion yet, I don't think. Except maybe the person who said glitch into the next cutscene, but like that's sort of a case where if we had a viable way to do that, we would be looking into it. Do something with them clipping against the fence. Like you stand on the fence at the edge and try to get their collision to push them past the fence. I don't think we're going to find a way to get them to actually phase through the fence. If the fence is involved, I expect it... Well, you know, if we did get them to, like, maybe try and attack me off the other side of the fence, it's feasible to, like, maybe their animation makes them sort of go past the fence's boundaries or something like that. I guess that is feasible. And then at that point, the fence will be like, I've got to push them out. And it just pushes them out this way. Are you allowed to dive in the ink? I mean, sure. Got any ink for me to dive in? I don't know, which color is yours? Pink. So I can dive into the pink ink. And also I'm not allowed to attack. Does it count as attacking if you're just inking the floor? Yes, of course. It is the action that invalidates, not the result. I assume no secondaries or specials as well? Correct. Oh god. Oh god. Now the thing is, the fact that I have not managed to get any of them to fall off is very troubling, because like they're pushing into each other. Theoretically, that would make getting them to like push each other off to be easier, and so the last one will be the hardest. But well, if the last one is the hardest, this is easy mode that I'm on right now. Can you glide to the pillars on either side of the room? That's a really good question, isn't it? Unfortunately, if I do that, I'm 90% likely to just die. And then I gotta do that thing again with that first guy. But I mean, like, you know, nothing ventured. Oh, that's right. I forgot that I'd just get booped back up. Cool. So it didn't let me stand there. There is, like, extra collision on the bottom. It's not just a flat surface. There is actually unique collision for each little bit of that. But it does not appear to be standable. JPEG, exactly. So I can get them to attack while I'm on a fence by doing this. Does current business not tell us what is happening? Correct. This was not supposed to be the stream today. So what I'm trying to do is beat side order without attacking. These are enemies number 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the entire playthrough. They don't look like they've gotten any closer, do they? Uh-oh. Weird, terrible idea. I wonder if Pearl has any collision. I noticed she doesn't want to be touching the, she doesn't want to be touching the tornado goo thing. I can get her to actually bounce into them, but it doesn't seem to move them at all. God, can you imagine, though, if this was an actual strat? Can you imagine if she could actually push them? But yeah, no, look, I'm pretty sure it makes the most sense. She's not actually able to like, interact with them in any tangible way. She's just, like, sliding past them. That's so cool, though. I never realized that, like, her position is camera-based. You can manually move Pearl around the screen. I am actually manually moving her around right now. This is fun. Actually, never mind. It's a different map after when you've beaten the game. There is, like, a thing you can do to replay the tutorial tower, but I'm not sure if it includes this literal tutorial section or not. But there's a point somewhere in here. It might be in the lobby. I forget where specifically, but there is a point somewhere in the hub before you've entered the tower where you can inspect something, and it's like, do you want to do the tutorial again? And it'll let you do just like the 10-floor tower. But I've never actually done it, so I'm not sure if it includes this part of the tutorial. Is the robot also named Pearl? That is Pearl. It's not an also thing. That's just Pearl. That's the actual real world Pearl. From Off the Hook, the real world band. I know she's real because I saw her in concert. It just throws you into floor 1 of the 10-floor tower. Okay, so no way to theory craft unless you do it on a fresh save. Now, you could get here very, very quickly from a fresh save. Because, like, the only thing the main game makes you do is like, the little tutorial section that tells you the controls and stuff. And then you go right into the main Splatoon 3 hub area, and then you can just immediately go into the train station, I'm pretty sure. Though this file I had already played a little bit, because this is actually the same file I did some theory crafting for like the Splatoon 3 main campaign run. Trying to think if there are any other, like, angles of attack here. But this is a very simple room. There's not that much to work with. I guess I could see what's behind the elevator, but that's, like, certain death if the answer is nothing. May as well. The answer is nothing. Isn't there a damaging explosion when armor breaks? Damaging, no. I think it might have been Splatoon 1. I'm not sure if it was in 2 or not. My specific memory of how it worked in each game is all wibbly wobbly. But in earlier installment, possibly plurals, of Splatoon, when your armor broke, it would ink the area around you. But they patched that out at some point. It is now the case that armor breaks do not provide any ink whatsoever. Would the inside of the elevator be considered a loading zone? I highly doubt it. Usually you have to interact with the A button. Maybe this is a very special scenario, and this one you actually manually walk into and that triggers something. It's possible. But in every other scenario, you just press the A button. Good morning, Rico Rito Law? I'm doing wonderful. I am performing my job activities right now. It's going very unproductively. Catch up for anybody who got here. I'm trying to beat side order without attacking. 0 attacking, not any attacking. Attacking is not a thing that I'm allowed to do, period. We have defeated one enemy. It was not this type of enemy. So is this no what? No bombs? No nothing? See, the reason why I'm trying to do this is because somebody already made a video where they only do a run of the tower without attacking. But, like, they'd already bought, like, tons of hacks and everything. And we're in the middle of a playthrough. Like, they just did, like, a tower run without attacking. I'm trying to beat side order without attacking. So drone only run? I mean, you could call it that. I don't like calling it drone only because using the drone isn't an action. Like, you can't use the drone. That's not a thing you can do in this video game. Pearl is just her own player character, and she's playing the game. I hope you forgive me, but for the intent of not taking 20 minutes, I'm gonna shoot the first enemy. That will pose an issue, because keep in mind if you do that, you will be spreading ink on the ground. And in side order, your ink is poisonous to enemies. Like, you can actually kill enemies just by having ink on the ground. If we could have literally any ink on the ground, then we could potentially kill all these guys. It'd be a little difficult to make sure we always have ink on the ground and prevent them from like covering it up before it kills them. But hypothetically, there'd be a way to do it because I don't think they can regenerate health. But I mean, also, I want to be clear. I'm just saying, like, well, that's not. I'm just saying that it's not necessarily going to recreate the conditions perfectly. I'm not saying no. You absolutely must suffer through what I have suffered. Would hitting them with the 8-ball work? Sure, if I had an 8-ball. They also seem to just go right through and cover the ink I use, no damage whatsoever. They can. These guys can take damage from your ink, but they spread ink when they move, so it's a little wonky. But I know it can happen. I've seen it happen. But generally it only happens when you've got a lot of ink spread around and they're trying to move through a lot. You're positive it's possible? I mean, it's already been proven that, like, just getting through the tower regular is easily possible. Super duper easily possible. Because Pearl can just attack everything for you. But this part, no. No, I'm trying to do it, is what I'm trying to do right now. Pearl, just please have collision. Meh. My sure poison ink would even work on these guys. It does. I know for a fact it does. I've done it before. It's not the best option. It's not something you can rely on, but it does do damage. It can be done. I don't think it's possible without bombs unless you do weird glitchy crap. We did already do weird glitchy crap for the first guy. That is viable. It's just these guys are a lot smaller. Somebody did mention maybe the slope could help, and that is an idea. Like, if they're moving down a slope really fast, hypothetically, they might, like, go airborne very momentarily. That's a video game thing that happens. It could confuse their pathfinding a little. Make them wonk a little, just a little bit too much, and then they go off the edge. What's the challenge run? No attacking. Might be able to push them yourself. It does not seem that that is possible. They seem to not respond to my position. It seems that it's a one-way street. That they move me, I don't move them. Do they spring up out of the geysers? Yes. In a cutscene. When they spawn. That's it. That's all that happens. You're asking, like, can I, like, lure them through it? Doesn't look like that does anything. What does the D-pad do? It appears to not do anything. God, I really hate, also, I will never stop griping on this. That like the Pearl Drone hover is both automatic and there is no way to not hover other than to cancel it with a completely different action. Like, just let me not hover? Let me do a jump and not hover? Like, it keeps messing me up. I hate it. Like, I just want to jump, and then all of a sudden, I'm moving at light speed, and so I don't land where I want to land. So from what I'm finding, if Pearl has collision, the highest she can fly at a point where you're also safe is just above the enemies. No, that is not true. I have seen her touching the enemies. If you aim downward, she moves downward. Like, she's like flush with the ground right now. And when she touches the enemies, you can actually see her movement change slightly. See, that's what I'm talking about, where it just happens automatically. She does have collision though. It's one-way collision. She can be interacted with, but she cannot interact. Restart the game? And then what? That's not gonna... What is it? And then what? I found graffiti. Is there any more of that graffiti around the walls anywhere in here, or is that a genuine Easter egg? Like, is that an actual Easter egg, only for people who think to go back there? Because I'm not seeing any of that graffiti around on any of the other walls. I think they might be behind some of the pillars. That sounds like Easter egg, then. Do you think them walking over their own slime trail works differently mechanically to them walking over blank ground? Possibly. But, like, I mean, what am I going to do with that? I don't think there's much I can do with that. Reset and find out. And then I spend 20 minutes killing the first enemy again. I'm not going to reset unless there's a promising idea. Okay, so we've been trying this for a while. I'm just gonna see what comes after this. Rude. Oh my god. Dangnabbit. Okay, there is not actually a cutscene there when they spawn. Okay, so then you get one of the huge ones, and the geysers stop. Unfortunately, this isn't a true test scenario because, like, it's already taken damage. But we don't... Okay, so... if we can kill those 4 small guys, then the last guy is no issue. He's the easiest to get to fall off. Also, do they, like, and yes, I have confirmed it is an A prompt, so there's no hope of there being a load zone there. It is a cutscene caused by an A prompt. Hooray! Extra attack power. I'm confused. What exactly were you attempting to do here? Beat side order without attacking, but for right now we're just theory crafting. The run is not a real thing yet, because we haven't been able to get past the tutorial that we we got through by just, like, throwing out some sub-weapons. I want to see what we're in for. So, this is just not gonna happen. This one isn't gonna happen either. Unless there's something real useful in here. Yeah, so we have to deal damage to the portal. Walking into it doesn't damage it. This one is a much easier and simpler, yep, not happening. Like, this is just straight up, no. It's not possible, period, the end. There is 0 options here. There, now it'll die eventually. I don't even gotta do anything. We could do a minimalist, we could hypothetically do minimalist, in which case we'd need one curling bomb. Uh-oh. Dang it. They spread the ink. Okay, I probably want to lure them away so I can spread the ink again. Lure them as far away as possible. Which I think is going to be up here. Unless they can just go straight down. Oh, look, more are coming. Come on, don't worry. Minimal plus sub-weapons only? It's more of a, like, I would say that sub-weapons are a lesser sin. Still a sin, but a lesser sin. Are you gonna spawn more? Oh my god, you are. Oh, they're not gonna spawn anymore? That's it? This is the max? Zones is going to be really hard for this. That depends on if we get to zones before we get any upgrades for Pearl. I'm also not entirely sure it is going to be possible to spread ink that way. I want to say I remember a moment in that video I watched where they did actually manage to spread ink onto a portal this way. But I might be imagining that, and it was something else. So it's fine if a sprinkler inks, but not if it damages something? What? No, 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 no! Throwing a sprinkler would be the sin. If we had sprinkler, and we threw a sprinkler, then throwing the sprinkler would be a sin. Okay, so here's another idea. Last time I killed all of them, and threw the thing at the portal. Let's just let it spawn every possible enemy so all of its spawns are taken up. Then throw a curling bomb up there. And that way they aren't around to re-ink the ground. They won't respawn. And I could just head back down here and just hang out for a while. So I think this might be it. It's on the ropes. So yeah, no matter what, it will have to be some form of minimalist. I still want to try for a little while longer in that little tutorial area. But we do know over here it's gonna be one curling bomb minimum. Oh no, is it not able to die anymore? I thought for certain they were able to die from that. No, okay, it looks like it is not able to deal the killing blow. I think what was going on... I'm thinking of that other video that already exists. I think what was going on is, like, they got a little ink on it, and that did almost all the damage, and then Pearl Drone finished it off with the last hit. With just, like, some random sprinkler bobble. or something like that. So that would mean that the minimum here is 2. That seems pretty clear cut. Cool thing is, you can actually see when a thing deals damage, so you know if it's not dealing damage. We did not figure out a way through the tutorial fight. We're just continuing to see what we're up against. This is purely theory crafting. Aww. I never tried that before. I wanted to see what would happen. Okay, so that's 2 sub-weapons minimum for the first floor here. Hey, that's nice! Still would prefer a Pearl tutorial, though. Oh. They're just not spawning enemies yet. I've got to make the first move. That's rude. I am curious what these items are. Oh, good! It's one of the big guys. So he's not able to do anything to Ink over there. Okay, just Ink refills, so pretty much useless. Is there a new game plus to the side order DLC? Because I mean, it's a roguelike. It's more of a regular game plus. The regular game is built around going through the tower a billion times. Also, it doesn't really matter because I do not count New Game Plus as like what's the word? I don't count New Game Plus as a new game. I consider New Game Plus a continuation of the same game. So if a strat is only viable in New Game Plus, then that means the strat is only viable after you've already beaten the entire game, at which point the run is over. Why are we bothering with New Game Plus? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Are you joking? Well, it would be 3, but the game's a dick. Yeah, I think New Game Plus doesn't work for challenge runs. I mean, plenty of people like do challenge runs exclusively on New Game Plus. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't vibe with it as much Because, like, you know, if the question is, can you beat the game without jumping? Yeah, all you have to do is jump until you reach New Game Plus, and then you unlock the not jump gun. In which case, that's just so much less interesting to me, because, oh, so you can do it as long as you jump. So let's pretend, Zeus, that that was 3. So hypothetically, the minimum is 6. However, I'm willing to bet these two you can take out with the same explosion. Haha! Okay, so the minimum is very likely 5. It is feasible that that one right there, you could also get in with the same explosion if you get a really lucky splash. But, no. Okay. That's cool and all, but I need to be able to kill enemies for that to do anything for me. You know, I think if I am going to do this minimalist, what I'd do is I'd just say number of attacks. That'd be the counter, and it wouldn't matter what you use. So specials would be very valuable, because they're very powerful attacks. I think that'd be the best way to do it. Okay, so we've got the medium guys. If I could trick the medium guys into falling off, maybe they'll turn into a lucky bomb. Which won't help very much. So I think the way to go here is going to be, because I got Lucky Bomb, hypothetically, I use one curling bomb to kill 1,000,000 enemies, and they drop at least one Lucky Bomb. And I've got a decent amount of ink on the ground. Then I can work with that ink somehow. Would Pearl attacking count as a sin? An attack is a thing that you do. Pearl is a completely different person who is not the player. That's the idea here. Okay, so for the sake of Lucky Bombs, I do want to get all of them in the curling bomb shot. Okay, at least it did hit the thing, but not very luckily. I'm thinking that, like, if I do get a really lucky Lucky Bomb thing... Okay, no, the Lucky Bombs do not do that much damage. I was saying maybe I'd be able to single combo one of these, and it blows up instantly. That does not look like that's going to be a thing. It's not going to blow up from getting, like, even if every single enemy has a Lucky Bomb. I'm not sure that's going to work. So that's 6 Lucky Bombs. Or six attacks here. Wait a second. If I aim a Reef Slider... Wait a second! I'm stupid, I messed up already! That's right! There's a strat we can do here, isn't there? Once we have a little bit of ink on the ground, there's a strat we can use. Wait, but that still counts as an attack, so we're not as bad as I thought we were. That is legally an attack, so we'd still have to do an attack. Was there another special thing around anywhere that I missed? Might work if you got lucky with the lucky bombs and had a strong enough attack initially. We're doing as much damage with our initial attack as we can. Like, there's literally no variables on our attack damage here. Curling bomb hits the thing and explodes, and it does contact damage. There was, but it despawned, I think. They can despawn? Dagnabbit. Brings back memories. Can you plop the ink under the ball things to start dealing damage to them? No, because they're too close to the ground. So they just bounce you back if you get close to them. So you have to deal some damage to them to get them into the air to be able to get ink below them. Okay, so I was thinking. Okay, it's actually these two would be the best to do. This thing I can do Reef Slider, and maybe if I activate it here, it'll deal a little bit of damage to this one and finish it off. Nope. Okay, we gotta get in here quick. Dagnabbit. If the other one wasn't damaged, it might have worked. But if it wasn't damaged, then, like, I mean, it's not gonna help. Well, unless I did my special. So, yeah, what could work is this one's already almost dead, and this one hasn't been started yet. I use Reef Slider to get it started. Oh, Dagnabbit. Okay. So let's see if we can do it this way. Ah! Dang it! It didn't even ink enough. At least we know it doesn't work. We do not have that knowledge, actually. We know that it doesn't work immediately without having to try. Oh, that's right. There's the issue. There's the main issue. Spawns a ton of enemies. Ooh, but that guy could potentially die and drop Lucky Bomb. That guy can kill other enemies. Big guys can kill other enemies. Holy crap. I forgot about that. Lucky Beluga Poison Bomb? Lucky Bomb. Yeah, hypothetically, you could trick that guy into going onto some ink right next to a portal, and then it drops a Lucky Bomb, and then hopefully it inks enough. I'm not sure if it would. The final hit may be enough? That is good thinking. If we got him into an area where like he had a ton of his enemy ink that he could be around in, and I'm not leading him through pink ink for a while, but there was a little bit of pink ink next to the portal. Well, I know for a fact there'd be pink ink next to the portal because I'd throw a curling bomb over to the portal. That'd be the idea there. Okay, okay. So there'd be ink next to the portal, and then the big guy. I lead the big guy specifically under the portal, have him die to the poison, and then I have to hope that he drops a Lucky Bomb. I have to pray for good RNG that he drops a Lucky Bomb. Dear God. Uh-oh. I gotta go. I checked a text that I got a while ago. Oh, good! Ink saver! And it's a double ink saver! Think of all the ink I won't be using while I'm attacking! But yeah, I gotta go. I gotta cook dinner. Night nights, heart emojis. It's been wonderful. This will never be a video. It's not happening.